So yeah, all that villain stuff doesn't faze me. I know exactly who Dillon is.
Listen, if you would have told me a year ago that Dillon Brooks would be giving Shai Gilgeous-Alexander a bro hug after a playoff sweep, I would have laughed in your face. This is the same Dillon Brooks who once called SGA soft. The same Dillon Brooks who has built his entire NBA career on getting under people's skin. But after OKC swept Phoenix 4-0, something happened that the league hasn't seen in a minute. It was real respect. What's up? This is Good Basketball. 2 Canadians, 1 MVP, 1 villain, and the post-game moment nobody saw coming. Let's hear what Shai had to say.
Your Canadian teammate Dillon Brooks had a career year scoring the ball, averaged 26 points a game this series. I'm just curious, what have you seen from him growth-wise, just as a scorer and everything he does in the basketball court?
Yeah, hats off to him. Like, it's impressive to like redefine yourself this late into a career. Like, very impressive. Like, usually you see young guys get, like, for myself, it was like my second year I got to redefine who I was as a basketball player. To do so this late is pretty impressive. But it just goes to show the work he puts in. He's a worker. He is always in the gym. Being around him, you know that. I'm sure you guys know that, being around the team. Like, the guy's always in the gym, and the work pays off.
Thank you, Chet. First, thank you, Shai. Chet's up next.
Oh, wait, hold on. Real quick.
Yeah, we can't end like that. Go ahead.
All right.
Real quick.
It's insane.
Chet, I'm looking out for you back there.
Just going back to Dillon Brooks, I saw you took the time to just congratulate not only you, but every single Thunder player. I'm sure it was short and sweet, but anything of significance that was said? And if so, what was that like? Just, him dapping everybody up?
I mean, it was just respect. Obviously, knowing Dillon, he's a great competitor, great guy. No matter what people say about him, he's a really good guy. You get to know him. All that villain stuff doesn't faze me. I know exactly who Dillon is.
Now let's talk about Devin Booker. Because while Dillon Brooks averaged 26 a game and got the headlines, Book averaged 24 in this series, shot 36% from 3, and watched his team get swept in 4 straight. This was supposed to be his year. The Suns retooled the roster. They got rid of the Beal experiment. They handed Book the keys, said this is your team, and sent him out to prove he's still a top 15 player in this league. Instead, he ran into a buzzsaw. OKC didn't just beat the Suns, they embarrassed them. Outscored them by 25 with the bench on the floor. Held them under 36% shooting from 3 for the entire series, and made Devin Booker look like a guy who needed help that wasn't coming. Now look, I'm not saying Book is washed. He's 29 years old, he's still a problem, and he's still got that mid-range bag that nobody can really stop one-on-one. But this is the second straight year he's gone home in the first round, and the questions about Phoenix's roster build, about whether Book can be the #1 option on a championship team, those questions are getting louder. Phoenix has a lot to figure out this summer.
Devin obviously saw the interaction with you and Coach. Just maybe speak to the relationship you guys developed and what he was able to do as a first-year guy to get you guys here at this point.
Yeah, man, it's the foundation. From day one, since the hire, he's came in 100% locked in. We've been aligned. We've been on the same page. And I think this is the first step forward. This is a building block to some stability and some chemistry. So something that's been much needed around here.
Second thing, obviously first half, I know you only took 3 shots and you guys scored 67, but obviously it flipped in the second half for you. What was going on, you feel like, in the first half, and then what maybe changed for you as far as getting unlocked a little bit in the second half?
You got to give them credit. There's 3 all-defensive guys over there that they keep in rotation, and seems like the game plan is, don't let me get any touches at any time. So still trying to be aggressive and find spots, but if somebody's locked on to me and is opening up another opportunity for a teammate, the quicker we can exploit that and get that advantage, I think they can sag off a little bit and open up more opportunities for me.
Les, you've obviously been in playoff experiences, but you got guys on this team who haven't, what are you hoping that as a collective was learned from this experience that will move forward and into next year?
Yeah, I think it was, a good step forward for all the young guys just to see the preparation that goes into it, and no better test than the defending champs. You realize how every possession matters, every moment matters, and it's something to build on going into next year. Make sure all the young guys are still watching the playoffs, even though we're not in it, and visualizing them being on the floor in them spots. So we have a lot to learn, a young team, but the quicker you can speed up that process, the better.
Devin, you're not new to overachieving or exceeding expectations, but in a season like this, stemming from everything that was the season prior, what did you learn most about yourself, just in whatever capacity, either as an athlete or as a leader, or however you want to frame that?
It's really been the test of most of my career. I talked about stability, and I think the only time I've had a coach in 2 or 3 years was Monty, and we built the chemistry quick and ended up having some big success. So just roll with the punches, continue to be a leader, and still blessed to be in this position, and I don't take it for granted. So I approach every day with a new chance mindset, and we did some good things this year.
Now, we've heard a lot about the conversations one-on-one that Jordan had with everybody as he came into the building. When you kind of recount on those initial conversations with him and what the vision that he had for you all play style-wise was, do you feel like everything kind of matched in terms of aligning with what you expected versus what came to fruition?
Yeah, it did when the very short times we were healthy. We were a new team. I think Jalen missed 50 games. I missed 20. Dillon missed 20. And people had us projected at 28, 29 wins on the season. And ended with 45, and I still feel like we dropped 5 to 10. So going into next season, with the same core, we have a better understanding that those games in October, November, December actually matter, and they matter a lot going into seeding later in the season. So it was a good building block season for us.
Book, what's been going on with you physically the last couple of weeks? Is it the right ankle or something else right now?
No, I'm fine.
You're fine, nothing
No.
with you. When it comes to the strategy that you're talking about, Oklahoma City deploying, Dallas went with it too, Minnesota went with it too. What do you think is the next step you need to take to overcome this type of strategy where teams try to take you out of the game?
I think make them pay for it early on, early in the game. If my man's hugged up on me in the corner and we get 2 lob dunks to the big right away, it'll loosen up some. If I'm up in the slot and they're denying me and we run a pick and roll, hit the big early in the pocket, have advantage basketball on the backside. But it shouldn't take 2 or 3 possessions to kind of figure that out. The year that we had success with the finals, we would do it right away, and throughout the game, the defense would loosen up, and I'd get cleaner opportunities.
Book, having competed against OKC for a series, what stands out to you about what makes them, a championship team?
You can't say anything without bringing up Shea. He's the MVP of the league, and he's playing the best basketball in the league for the past 2 years. Mixed with guys that know their role, some seasoned vets that they're relentless. Like I said, with that chemistry, the communication, it's on 100%. And when the bench comes in, they get better sometimes. It's like reinforcement. It's not subs. And they have all the answers to the test. They've been tested together, and they've been together for years. So that's an advantage.
Hey, Book, back here, Elliot by Sports 360 AZ. When I watched this team this year, it felt like they were really playing what I would think is Suns basketball. When you think of Suns basketball, how did this team represent that?
I think we brought a new life, after not making the playoffs last year, and like I spoke on, having low expectation going into this year. We exceeded everybody else's expectation, but not ours. So, You know, we still have some learning to do. This was a great test for us, a great, I keep saying stepping stone, first step, and you know, this is a nice place to be, so I'm sure a lot of guys won't be out of market, and you know, we'll all be together and continue to learn.
Devin and Colin got free for some shots tonight. Just how big was this year for him, just to set the foundation for what he can be and unlock what the player that he wants to be moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, he just needed the opportunity, and he took full advantage of it from day one. He's a true hooper. Everybody that, you know, has been teammates with him in the past has spoke about it, but he just hasn't had a real opportunity. So I'm happy he got that this year, and you know, he was a champion in college for a reason. You know, he brings that mindset to practice every day, to leadership in the locker room, and you know, he's somebody that you want to go to war with.
Book, a lot of guys with career years this year. You know, Colin, Royce, Grayson, just to name a few. When you kind of look at how these guys have grown throughout the year, how proud are you just to see that growth, and honestly just how teams adjust and how these guys are able to counter those adjustments?
Yeah, you know, I've just been telling them be aggressive. You know, everybody from the beginning. If teams try to throw junk defenses, like that's more opportunity for you, and you know, they've done a great job of that. You know, all of them. You know, all of them, and you know, we stuck together as a unit. Through injuries, you know, I just wish we could get 50 games healthy together before coming into this to, you know, learn in the fire and learn from mistakes. But we kind of had to learn on the fly, and you know, there's still some good in there. Yep.
So here's where we are. Oklahoma City is sitting at home, resting, watching film, eating well, while the Lakers and Rockets are about to beat each other up. Whoever comes out of that series has to play OKC next. Think about that matchup for a second. If it's the Lakers, that's LeBron and Luka against the youngest, deepest team in the league. Veteran experience versus young legs. The Thunder bench coming in like, in Dillon Brooks' words, reinforcements, not subs. If it's the Rockets, that's Houston's young core finally getting their shot at the West's best team. Two of the most athletic, switchy defenses in basketball going at each other. Either way, OKC has the advantage. Home court, rest, the MVP, and a team that's been together long enough to have all the answers to the test. But the playoffs don't care about advantages. Just ask the Suns. If you're rocking with this channel, hit subscribe. Good basketball, bringing you the NBA stories the other channels are sleeping on. I'll see you in the next one.